In the early meta of Smash Ultimate, Simon and Richter were somewhat popular in competitive play due to their new and unique playstyle. However, as the meta has progressed, the Belmonts have declined and have been sent into obscurity due to their exploitability in both their disadvantage and their ledge trapping. At the beginning of Ultimate, the character was claimed to have the best ledge trapping in the game. Despite this, as opponents began to familiarize themselves with the character, much of what I call traditional Belmont ledge trapping has become ineffective. By traditional Belmont ledge trapping, I'm just going to call it TBLT from now on. I mean, cycling between their 3 projectiles, relying on axe, or throwing the holy water and charging either a forward smash or down smash. They thrived in the early meta due to matchup and experience, but as soon as players ran into someone experienced in the matchup, they became exploited and struggled to find kills at the ledge. Some top Belmont players decided to drop the character because of this, but I myself have decided to continue advancing the character's meta and find new methods that will be effective against counterplay to the traditional Belmont ledge trapping. Again, the decline of the character has been in part due to their poor disadvantage state, movement, frame data, etc., but this video will mostly focus on ledge trapping. To be completely blunt and honest with you, the counterplay to TBLT is simple. Either neutral get up and shield, or jump as soon as holy water ends or an axe passes through the stage. When committing to a smash attack or an axe, they're so laggy that it will sometimes get you punished by your opponent. Against an experienced opponent, Belmont will only get 1 axe per ledge trap. I will be going over various subtopics about ledge trapping. If you would like to skip to a certain portion, I've left timestamps in the description. Without further ado, let's jump into the ledge mechanics. Before we go into depth on Belmont ledge trapping, we first need to go over all of the possible options that your opponent has at ledge and what each of their strengths and weaknesses are. But before we get into that, there are some things you should know. When you grab the ledge, your character is invincible for an amount of time. This time decreases as your character gets higher in percent. Also, the longer you spend in the air before grabbing the ledge, the longer you will be invulnerable. The most basic option is neutral getup. It's typically the safest option, as there is only a 2-frame window to punish it with an attack. It has roughly 30 frames of invulnerability, and 1 frame where the opponent can be hit. The second frame comes from the 1 frame it takes to put up your shield. The downside of neutral getup is that it's easily punishable with a grab, and once you get up, you are still in the corner. Next is ledge roll. This is a very laggy getup option that has around 20 to 30 frames of vulnerability, making it very reactable and punishable. What makes roll strong is that if used correctly, you can gain stage control over your opponent. Jumping off ledge is the most common unreactable getup option. This is the option Richter struggles to cover the most, and we will focus on covering it in this video. It has little lag before you can either buffer an attack or air dodge. The last standard getup option is getup attack. You can attack your opponent while being invincible. However, if you get outspaced or your move is shielded, you can take a huge punish for it. Richter in particular also has some of what I would call aggressive options at the ledge that are high risk, high reward. They involve a 5th option, which is letting go of the ledge, followed by an aerial or special attack. Lastly, every character can re-grab the ledge up to 5 times without coming onto stage, and tether recoveries can only grab the ledge 3 times, so make sure to keep that in mind. Now that you are familiar with which options your opponent can choose at ledge, we'll go over each of the tools Belmonts have to cover them. The most powerful is Holy Water. If spaced properly, it can catch opponents who neutral get up, jump, or get up attack. However, most characters are capable of rolling past it, but you can adjust your spacing so that the bottle will catch the roll. Also, if you space yourself just right, you can get the flame to descend. You can check your spacing with a forward tilt. If the ball of the whip is directly above the ledge, then the spacing is correct. This is great for two-framing and catching opponents who ledge hang. Next is the Holy Cross. It's better to use the short distance because it can catch neutral getup. Also, if the opponent mistimes their roll, it can catch that as well. Axe is high risk, high reward due to its kill power and its lag. It's used to read jumps, force a ledge option, or shield break against neutral getup. Some players forget to mix in whip attacks along with the projectiles while ledge trapping. A lot of normals can punish getup options or ledge hangs if timed or spaced correctly. Dash attack is similar to down tilt, as it's a long-lasting hitbox that can catch pretty much any option if timed correctly. You can throw cross behind you, for example, to cover roll as you dash attack. It's typically used when ledge trapping at mid-percent. Nair and up smash are used to make hard reads on jump get-ups. Let me discuss why TBLT is ineffective in terms of a frame data perspective. Richter's smash attacks and normals are active for at most 2 frames, which makes it difficult to hit opponents who don't get stuck in Holy Water. Throwing Axe takes 66 frames, which will allow an opponent who can react quickly enough to get off the ledge and punish you for throwing it. Most all Belmont players, including myself, would ledge trap using the Axe or committing to smash attacks in the early meta without reacting to an opponent getting up into the fire. In reality, you should only use Axe as a hard jump read and only use smash attacks when you are certain you can hit the opponent. A more effective setup is throwing slow cross and then Holy Water, which can bait the opponent to get up or condition them to hang. First of all, Holy Water is active for a total of 55 frames. When thrown on the ground, Richter is able to act at about 15 frames after the hitbox begins, leaving you with 40 frames to act while the hitbox is active. However, if you full hop and throw the bottle at the apex of your jump, you can act as soon as 3 frames after the flame starts. This is a significant 12-frame difference when it comes to ledge trapping and getting follow-ups. If you double jump and throw it as soon as you start to descend, you can even act before the flame begins. A similar property applies to the Axe. It's much easier to obtain follow-ups and get combos off of Axe if you use a full hop or double jump. It can also throw off the opponent's timing when choosing a get-up option against Axe, and can also make the window to avoid a ledge trap smaller. Going back to the disadvantages and ineffectiveness of traditional Belmont ledge trapping, with neutral getups having slightly over 30 frames of invulnerability, it's possible to time a neutral getup such that it can avoid Holy Water and an immediate forward smash. Using a frame 24 forward smash during the 45 frames in which you can act while the flame is active, the opponent has about a 17 frame window to get up safely. However, with full hop Holy Water, that window is reduced to about 4 to 7 frames. In my opinion, the new most effective kill setup is one in which you throw slow cross to waste the opponent's iframes, then use full hop Holy Water and buffer a down-angled F-smash. It's crucial that you space the Holy Water such that it will catch neutral getup but not ledge hang against most characters. So the real big issue is, how can I best cover roll, jump, and neutral getup right after Holy Water ends? The best way to cover that is using the double jump setup. Once placed at F-tilt distance from the ledge, double jump back and throw the Holy Water right at the ledge. Then throw the slow cross. The cross covers everything except for roll, which you can cover yourself. You have to delay the cross throw, however, as you want to minimize the overlap between the coverage of Holy Water and cross, which will maximize the amount of frames they cover together. You can either buffer an air dodge or spot dodge to delay, while also allowing you to buffer the slow cross input. If you're on a stage with platforms, dropping and landing on the platform will account for the delay as well. The delay is also necessary because without it, you can't throw another holy water as the cross leaves. There is one benefit of not delaying the cross throw, which is if the opponent gets up right as the holy water ends, you'll get the reverse hit of the cross, which can combo better. The setup does the best job at creating a constant hitbox at ledge, which will condition opponents to roll or ledge hang. Next is a setup that uses a combination of the two. I call it the spam setup because that's what it looks like. All you have to do is repeatedly use slow cross and full hop holy water at the right spacing, since full hop holy water has less lag. It's not as strong as the double jump setup due to some tight gaps in the coverage, but it can be cycled indefinitely. Also, if you happen to get the opponent to neutral get up after holy water at low percents, you can go for this DI dependent throw combo. If you throw the cross in the opposite direction, you can apply staggered pressure against opponents who get up after holy water with this reverse cross setup. It can also auto combo if the opponent gets up into the holy water. It is possible to catch a neutral getup with forward tilt or down smash, but you only have a 3-frame window to catch 2 frames of invulnerability with a move that's active for 2 frames. Both baiting and conditioning are important tactics not just for ledge trapping, but in all aspects of an ultimate match. Both are primarily used to make an opponent behave the way that you want them to. Simply put, baiting is making an option look safe to an opponent and then punishing them for choosing it, while conditioning involves covering the same option repeatedly to condition the opponent into choosing something else. Simple baits involve throwing cross past the ledge to make it look safe to jump or neutral getup. Moving closer to the ledge may prompt someone to roll. As I mentioned earlier, the strongest options against TBLT and the ones that Belmont struggle to punish are neutral getup shield and jump off ledge. The setups that involve slow cross and holy water have a constant hitbox that covers both. They will naturally condition opponents to keep hanging or roll, which are typically bad options against TBLT. For example, using slow cross holy water will condition the opponent to think that they should wait through the cross. Then, once they're at high percent, throw slow cross and immediately forward smash them for ledge hanging. Once you've gotten your opponent to finally fall into your trap, what's the best way to capitalize off it? It depends on what projectile they're hit with, their percentage, and their location on the stage. It's best to not go for what's flashy, but for what's most optimal with the small amount of time you have to react. The most simple situation is if the opponent neutral get-ups into the fire. At super low percents, you can go for sour forward air into a forward smash. It's definitely worth going for if you practice it enough. At mid percents, raw forward smash won't kill, so it's better to go for more damage with something that will still send the opponent off stage. At anywhere around 50% on average, just forward smash. A trickier situation is when the opponent gets stuck in holy water but the cross is returning. In that case, if you forward smash at the wrong time, the cross will save the opponent. At low percent you can go for bread and butter combos, but at high percents things start to get complicated. You can convert with an up smash, but unfortunately, and don't tell anybody about this, it's harder to convert off the cross when the opponent DIs away from you. There is an up B setup that works around 125% that will kill regardless of DI. As soon as you recognize the opponent in holy water, jump to face them right in front of you and react. If they DI away from you, just double jump and up B. If they DI towards you, you can react with a backflip and B reverse up B. Again, this should kill regardless of DI, and up B will kill at this percent. I tested it with correct DI on the up B on Final Destination. There's also a similar setup that involves jumping back with long axe that will kill it about 15% earlier as well, but it takes some practice. Next is converting after landing an axe onto the stage. At low percents, you can just forward smash. At mid percent, you can string axe into cross into fair for a sick combo. Most people will DI in against you, so you shouldn't have to worry too much about connecting it. Axe to fair is simple and does a good job at killing. And you can even connect axe into itself at higher percent. Lastly is the turnaround cross hit against neutral getup. The best string at low to mid percent is axe to forward air. Don't forget to use it with the double jump setup to bait your opponent to fall into it. Aside from that, you can follow up with whatever you normally would for a turning cross.
Now we have Easy Freedom just kind of pulling the center stage right there. No. Oh no! You thought I was done?
On top of all of the knowledge about setups, conversions, and conditioning, it's also important to know how holy water and attacks react with certain characters and how platforms on stages can affect setups. Some larger characters like K-Rool, Ike, or Ridley can't be hit with down-angled F-smash on ledge due to their ledge hang animation, but they can get hit by holy water. Most of the short, stubby characters like Olimar, Mario, Duck Hunt, Pichu, and others rise when their ledge vulnerability expires while spaced holy water is active. This will allow you to easily react to their ledge hang with a forward smash. The setup in which you charge a down smash will actually work on these characters at high percent because it covers every option. Some characters are also easily two-framed by holy water as well.
Yep, he's dead. He threw the fire at the ledge.
Unfortunately, most larger, heavier characters simply fall out of the flame when their invincibility expires. There's a simple procedure to follow against characters who can't stall or recover far above the ledge when they get clipped. Space the holy water at ledge as soon as they snap ledge, and then turn around. You should be looking for a roll. If they do so, grab and throw them back off stage. It's better than committing to a down smash that probably won't even kill or knock the opponent off stage. With back throw, you get to keep the correct spacing and avoid staling possible kill moves. If they choose any of the options that will get them stuck in the holy water, react with F-smash, tipper bear, or F-tilt accordingly. If the opponent hangs too long, they will simply have to re-grab the ledge. In that case, throw another when they snap to the ledge. If you mistime the snap, the opponent will be able to escape. Of course, you can also space the flame so that it just barely misses ledge hang, and hit the ledge with a whip attack. I've left a spreadsheet that lists these character ledge interactions in the description. You can place holy water on stages with slants by jumping, but you can't hit the ledge with F-smash. You can land bair, but not being able to F-smash the ledge is a weakness for Belmont ledgetrapping. You can use full hop holy water on pretty much every stage except Lilat and Triplats. You're going to need to think about sacrificing weaker ledge trapping for a better neutral on those stages. If you run off the Smashville platform, it's pretty easy to perfectly space the holy water, and on most stages like PS2, you can do the double jump setup while dropping under the platform. And that's pretty much all I have to explain in this video. I hope that you can use it to improve your game by racking up insane damage and netting KOs. Before this ends, I just want to give some quick tips and a short recap. Remember to use primarily slow cross and holy water to ledge trap. Long cross is a good mix-up, but it doesn't cover jump and neutral get up as well as slow cross. It's okay to use axe every once in a while, as long as you accompany it with a cross to protect you. Don't commit to smash attacks unless you're sure the opponent will either get caught by the flame or hang. A well-timed dash attack can catch most options and make the opponent consider get-up attack and second-guess themselves. Abuse spaced holy water against the shorter characters who rise when hanging too long. There are so many spacings that are crucial to ledge trapping that you need to know and practice. The spacing at which holy water catches jump and hang, or turnaround cross catches neutral get-up and jump get-ups, where Axe hits ledge hang, where forward smash hits, where Holy Water catches neutral get up but not ledge hang, and the list goes on. Don't let setting up distract you from focusing on your opponent's responses and patterns at the ledge, as it's crucial that you try to catch on to their habits. Practice the setups until they are second nature and you can devote your entire focus on the opponent. Please make sure to share the video with other Belmont players. I spent many hours on this video and I hope it can make the impact it deserves to. I hope to see you in the next video. Like, subscribe, and most of all, stay salty.
Like, it reminds me of it. This is a character in Belmont that should be edge-guarded rather.
Oh my god! Dude, that was disgusting.
Oh, it's so good, but the down air does miss. But unfortunately, unable to find a punish right there. Oh my god! As long as Vito's sorting had that break.
Wow, he picked it up. Oh my lord!
Into him with the initial holy water, and then with the blast of the holy water, and hits him with another holy water. Knows where he's gonna go. And
Oh my! I see this.